Okay, welcome everybody. So I am Jackie Salcedo. I am the academic advisor for the Center for Women's and Gender Studies, and we are an academic unit located at UT Austin under the College of Liberal Arts. And I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about what we can offer undergraduate students. We have a bachelor's degree, we have certificates in LGBTQ studies. We also have a minor or in women's and gender studies, and of course the WGS major for a bachelor's of arts in women's and gender studies. I'm gonna use a Prezi, but I'm not gonna go through all of it. I am gonna play some videos and we'll have some time at the end for questions. And again, this session is being recorded, so just wanted to give you a heads up. If you need any of my contact information, I am on the webpage. I will show you where that is too. So yeah, let's get started. So this is our webpage. You can find us at liberalarts.utexas.edu/CWGS, as in Center for Women's and Gender Studies. And then you can find my contact information if you scroll down to look at the staff list. And this is me. I am the Senior Program Coordinator for Academic Affairs. That's just a fancy way of saying that I work with students. So yeah, and you can schedule a Zoom appointment with me. I'm happy to talk to you about, transfer stuff too, although please leave that to, the admissions folks. They're the experts. But if you want like a second opinion, I'll do what I can. Okay, so let me get started with the Prezi. Okay, oops. It's been a second since I've used this. Let me make sure that I'm sharing my sound. Okay, because I do have I'll play one of the videos. Okay. All right. So we are the Center for Women's and Gender Studies. We are an interdisciplinary research major. So that means that not all of our classes originate in women's and gender studies, because we have faculty all over campus that love teaching stuff about gender, sexuality, race, ethnicity, LGBTQ issues. So we have faculty in anthropology, we have faculty in English, we have faculty in social work, we have faculty in radio, television, film, and those faculty have their home departments. And then they also are affiliated with WGS. So let me give you an example. So Mary Beltran teaches over in the College of Communication under radio, television, film. She's a professor and she offers courses on Latina feminisms and race, ethnicity, gender portrayals in television. And those classes are listed in the course schedule as RTF or WGS. So RTF will get 15 seats, we'll get 5 seats, and we'll have like an interdisciplinary sort of experience. So it's really nice because it's one of the few majors on campus where students can kind of pick and choose and have experiences from different fields of study that still count for WGS. This is a picture of our senior class in front of the Barbara Jordan statue on campus. And there's our social media stuff down at the bottom. So I'm going to play this video. Please put in the chat if you have issues with the sound, but I think I set it up right. So this is one of the many videos you'll find on our YouTube channel. If you're curious and have questions and want to see more, please see our YouTube channel.
Hello, my name is Kristen Smith, and I am the director for the Center for Women's and Gender Studies at UT Austin. What I love about Women's and Gender Studies at UT is our students. Our students are brilliant, forward-thinking. We have an amazing community, and we are so diverse. We are truly a safe space for diversity and inclusion here at the University of Texas.
Favorite things in the last year has been teaching LGBTQ literature and culture, which is an upper division undergraduate class, and I'm really looking forward to teaching a graduate seminar on Audre Lorde and Adrienne Rich, two amazing queer feminist poets of the 20th century.
What I love about working at Women's and Gender Studies is that we get to support students who are going to go out in the world and make a difference.
I like so much about LGBTQ studies and the fact that it's housed within the Center for Women's and Gender Studies is that we've built a community here for ourselves. We support each other through feminist actions and activities and activisms.
What do we do best here in Women's and Gender Studies? We open space for our students, faculty, and staff to be who they are and to thrive personally, professionally, and academically. I look forward to meeting all of you and welcoming you to UT.
Hi, I'm Faith. I'm a recent graduate from the Women's and Gender Studies Master's Program. And just very broadly, my area of study is Black queer visual cultures within digital media. A highlight from my 2 years with CWGS would be the annual graduate conference, which we held digitally this year. And it was just such an amazing display of feminist scholarship from across fields and a really great example of how broadly applicable feminist theory is to so many different subjects.
I can just try and figure out how to do the next thing. There we go. All right, so yes, that was a video about us. This is me. It's important wherever you are, even if you're not majoring in women's and gender studies, get to know your academic advisor and let them get to know you. Academic advising isn't just for right before registration. We want to know what's going on with you. We want to know what you want to do after you graduate. Because that helps us like think of opportunities, because we get lots of emails about programs and scholarships and things like that. And I need to know if there are any of my students who actually want to do these things. So I like to forward stuff to students who've told me about their interests. So yeah, it's kind of important, and we're here for you. We're a resource. You can ask us about career planning, professors to work with. Tell us about what your other interests are, because maybe we can recommend some classes. And the more we know each other, the better. And I would just use that. I'd advise you to do that no matter where you're studying. Let's see. There you go. This is a part of the video, the presentation where I talk about degree requirements. I'm going to skip that because it's just depends on like what all you've done at ACC and everything and what it looks like after it's transferred to UT. So I don't want to give you outdated advice. So we're just going to skip through. But if you want to know more about the degree plan, it is on our website. So if you go to our homepage again, let me show you where it lives. It's under the Center for Women's and Gender Studies. You go to here to undergraduate studies. It's got my advising appointment link. Am I still sharing my Chrome?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Like y'all can see the webpage that I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, because the little green thing is not showing up, like the little highlight. Sometimes it highlights what you're sharing. Okay, so yeah, here's my advising scheduling link. And then there's stuff about the bachelor's degree. There's like some FAQs about the major, the undergrad program, and you can find all the degree plans and the checklists here. So it directs you to the liberal arts degree plan page, and you can find all of the degree plans. I would look in the latest catalog, the most updated recent catalog, because that's probably where you will be. So yeah, if you scroll down all the way down to WGS, that's where our info lives. Yep. Okay. So then keep going. Yeah, so degree plans, a course list, running a degree audit, that's all stuff that we can talk about on one-on-one sessions. We do have more videos on our YouTube channel about the different classes, including like the intro class, the senior seminar, what you can do with a WGS degree after you graduate. I'm gonna take a moment and actually look at some of the resources on our webpage that talk about graduation. So you can look at think it's here under resources. I created a link to, no, it's under projects. Okay, I created a web page with all of the career centers from UT on there. So like you don't have to like go very far to find all of these resources available to you for thinking about graduation and what to do after graduation. So there's like major exploration, there's like interview prep, there's like resume help, finding an internship, all of the things are here. And if you want, you can like follow our YouTube links to watch the video about you know, what you can do with the major. But that's also on our homepage too. So if you look at our stuff, you'll see it. LGBTQ studies. So we officially launched an LGBTQ studies in 2017, but we've always been teaching classes about LGBTQ plus and sexualities at Women's and Gender Studies. But officially, they have their program and branding going in 2017. So they are also listing all their courses under WGS. Since they're housed in the Center for Women's and Gender Studies, they have classes, they have events, they have student groups that meet. Right now they have a trans feminist reading group that meets once a week, alternating in person and virtual, or once a month. But you can find out more about their webpage. They like meet at the Bookwoman bookstore and talk about some of the things that they're reading. There's also the WGS 303, which is the Intro to LGBTQ Studies. This class is open to all majors if you just want to get a little bit of intro to what LGBTQ studies is. And there are other ways to get involved with LGBTQ studies. Again, we had events throughout the year, virtual and in person. There's the reading group. They also have internships with community organizations that they set up. There's also a online magazine called QT Voices. Let me see if I can find that. I think it's WordPress. Yeah, so it's sites.utexas.edu/queer and trans voices. And they've got a couple issues out already. They've been doing this about 2 years. There are videos, there's a mini podcast, some audio recordings. Yeah, just lots of really good stuff. And they also invite student writers, both grad and undergrad, to contribute. So you can get involved by writing for the online magazine, QT Voices. What else? Okay, and then their website is LGBTQ Studies. You can find a direct link to their website from our homepage. If you're looking at our landing page, you can scroll down and they are right here, LGBTQ Studies program. And that's their webpage. Okay. Okay. The other ways you can stay connected, we have this organization called SAGE, and it's the Student Association for Gender Studies Engagement. It's an organization that we are using to create community for undergrad students, for the majors, but also minors and certificate students who just want to learn more about feminist studies and queer studies. There's also Inspire, which is this 3-year leadership program that's open to sophomores and higher, like older cohorts. They are, it's like a feminist mentoring leadership program. It's 3 years. You meet with your cohort. There's like a grad student mentor. They do conferences and presentations. Yeah, so it's just all kinds of stuff that you do every year. And there is an application process, so you can contact us for more information about that. New Leadership Texas is a political, nonpartisan 1-week-long boot camp for women identified students who want to get into politics and public service. And the last couple of days, last year it was virtual. The year before it was canceled, but pre-COVID, you would stay in the dorms for a week, and you would attend all these panels during the day. Also go to field trips to the Capitol building, to City Hall, meet state reps, and it was really exciting. And this is open to students from any college. So it's open to students who are still at ACC if they want to apply. There'll be more information on application once we find out like what's happening this summer. What else is on here? So yeah, I talked about SAGE, New Leadership, Inspire. We have events all the time. You can see our events on our homepage. We have a little calendar here on our landing page usually. There's Outsider Fest, which is going on February 16th, which is a multimedia queer arts festival. We are co-sponsoring that. There's their website here if you're interested, outsider2022.cargo.site is the website. And then I think that's it. You can follow us on social media. These are our different handles. I think we're most active on Instagram, and then we have all of our videos on YouTube. We're still on Facebook as well. You can read our actual newsletter. We do PDFs of stuff on our webpage. I also want to give a shout out to our friends over at the Gender and Sexuality Center. They are the resource center for women and LGBTQ plus communities on campus. So we are the academic center when doing the classes and the degrees and all of that. The GSC is the resource center. So it doesn't matter what major you are, it doesn't matter what you're studying. It is a space for women and LGBTQ plus students to gather and find support and community. There's a bunch of stuff that they've been doing. You really got to get on their social media to see everything that they're doing. And they've been having so much programming, even with the pandemic, doing stuff in person, doing stuff virtually. They're still creating lots of community and holding space for our students. So I love them. They're my second favorite place on campus. So if you have any questions, I'm available. That is the end of my official presentation. I'm going to stop the share. But yeah, let me know if there's anything that I might have forgotten to mention. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns? Thank you. Marissa, do you work at ACC or are you a student or both?
I'm the transfer resources coordinator. My camera's doing something weird here at ACC. So yeah, I work with students.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for
Thank you so
supporting them.
much.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my information up on the screen a little bit longer. And yeah, so this is my info. I'm gonna stop the recording now. Thank you so much. And yeah, I think this is great. I'm glad we were able to show up to this ACC event. I've been trying to do this for a long time. So I'm glad I got on the schedule. Thank you
I'm
for
glad you were
having
able
me.
to be here today.